looking at our sheet,
Oh, hi.
we could
But
turn this podcast into 20 minutes realistically if we want to.
we could,
Um,
but
Welcome back to the Flight Deck podcast. There's two things I think I want to talk about. I don't know about you guys. First and foremost, shout out to Dave Steeb or Bowden Francis, however you want to call him,
the
for
modern day Bowden Francis, modern day Dave Steve.
the second time he's taken a no
Hey,
hitter into the
whoa,
nine.
whoa, 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 whoa.
Hmm?
Give Dave Steve a little more respect.
No.
Both times,
Hmm?
both times, he got two more outs than Bowden.
Sure, but Bowden's done it twice in 2 weeks, which is
In two
insane.
weeks. It's
Yeah.
Um,
Didn't Steve do it back-to-back starts?
I think so.
See,
But he was also in the middle of his career.
that's
Bowden's
more
got
mind
tons of
numbing.
time.
I bet you he was younger than Bowden.
Bowden, I was
I
gonna say
don't think he was.
Bowden's like 28, man.
Yeah. Either way. Bowden Francis's Lynn Sanity run that he's on right now is fucking insane.
That's great to watch. Like,
I don't know if we rely on this moving forward. That's kind of nuts.
no.
But
Are
it's
we
fun to watch
confident in
now.
him to start next year?
I think so.
He's kind of he's in the fast track to the starting spot. Like,
I think if he's your five guy, you're not in a bad spot.
No, I was about to say
No.
the same thing. Worst case, he's your five, and I think that's fine. If
I think
this is what
worst case he's your four.
if he is 80% of this and he's your 4-5 guy,
You
like
80,
that's unbelievable.
80% of this? Do
That's-
you know what 80%
Yeah.
of this is?
You're right. Never mind. If he's 60% of this as your 4-5 guy,
Grant.
that's still good.
In a 6 start span, he has the lowest whip in MLB history.
What's Jacob DeGrom and
It's Jacob DeGrom
something
and
Alexander, isn't it?
Grover Alexander. Bowden's whip
that's
in the
fucking
last
insane.
6 starts
It's insane.
It's insane.
0.40.
It's insane. But also in terms of blowing a no hitter,
That was top 3. That was top 1 of all time.
Yeah, that's a tough bounce. But that's also best case scenario if you're the Blue Jays, I think.
We talked about this yesterday in our group, but if this game means something and this team is in it and we have an actual bullpen, I don't think any of us are running him out there, right?
He's at
don't
108. He's at 108. What was he like 108
Yeah.
to start the
Well,
ninth?
it was 108 to start the
4 or
ninth.
105, wasn't it?
No, it was 108.
It was 104 to
Okay.
start the 8th. No, it was like,
No, it was 101 to start the 8th, and I thought he got
Yeah.
out of it in 5 pitches, but
he got out of it in 5 or 6 pitches. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which the Mets.
insane. Yeah.
It's also his fourth time facing the top of the order. Lindor's gonna finish second place in MVP.
That's what gets him.
Even as it is, with the bullpen we have, if this game meant something, I'm still putting in Chad Green over him at that point.
I think so as well.
Hindsight's 2020, but
yeah, Chad.
Yeah, I don't know, man. 100,
Speaking,
106, 107 pitches is really not that many in a no hitter.
let's be honest. Does he
it's
even go out?
not. But in today's game, that is a lot.
Let's be honest here. Given the Blue Jays, does he even go out for the 8th? If he's at 101 pitches, does he even go out for the 8th?
If the season mattered,
If the season mattered, does he even
Probably
go out
not.
for the 8th inning?
probably
The
not.
other
Like-
thing you got to factor into, it's not like they had a 3-0 lead. We saw it.
was-
No.
Like they blew it.
1-0.
So
1-0.
1-0 is no margin, and
If he-
you're getting to the end of your rope.
He also
he definitely should have yesterday. Like
he had 1 strikeout
Mhm.
in that
It's
whole
insane.
thing.
So-
He wasn't really
but
missing bats.
The fastest 4-seam he threw in the entire game was 93.
He was still
which-
sitting at 91 when he left.
Yeah, like he was just pumping 91, 92 up in the
Yeah.
zone the entire game. It was just
Yeah.
like they couldn't hit it until
Nathan
Francisco
Lucas got like 14 fly balls, I think.
Yeah,
it's
He was out there all day.
it's kind of reminiscent of Marco Estrada. That's how he pitched.
Yeah.
He lived
Mhm.
around 90. Changeup was real good.
Mhm.
Bowden's splitter's been really good. So you can live up there when they have to respect the splitter down, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
It's-
It was a great start either way.
It's
I
something.
the outcome is honestly preferred if you're the Blue Jays right now, if we're being honest.
You get really good performances and then you lose.
Yeah, exactly. Like you don't feel bad about it. Like you have something to look forward to next year, but we still move down in the standings, which is
Yes.
the end goal here.
Mhm.
So we'll take that.
Also, hindsight being 2020,
Mhm.
the Jays should have traded Chad Green at the deadline.
Oh, for sure.
I I don't know, man. You still
He's
got a year
bad.
left. You've got
But
an
that's the
influx bullpen. Bullpen arms aren't easy to get. Sure, it's 12 million, but are you getting someone better than Chad Green's production up until the deadline? I don't know the numbers after,
Not
but
good.
like
not
anywhere
good.
close
Not good.
to.
I think he's rocking like a optioned Eric Swanson
Yeah,
right after
I'll
the
try and
deadline.
get the exact numbers here.
Like just try and get if you can get after the deadline. Like
Mhm.
just because
Do you know what day the deadline was?
wasn't it like the 30th of
The
something?
other thing you got to factor into like next year, he doesn't have to be this leverage guy.
No,
No.
granted, he
You've
does
got
have like
Jordan.
In fairness,
Swanee's coming back a bit. Hennessy's has looked solid for the most part.
the underlying
Um,
numbers on
and I
Chad
think
Green
they're
before that were bad
bringing in
too.
another guy.
yeah, the underlying numbers with Chad Green weren't the best.
They weren't
He
good,
was not
even when
he was not like 167 good underlying
No.
numbers. Like,
Yeah.
but if he could again, Chad Green again, like also Chad
Pull up
Green.
relievers though. Who are you getting in free agency that's better than Chad Green
There's a
for
lot.
less than $12 million?
I don't know about that, but there's a lot.
There's a good chunk. I mean, we can just start with Jimmy Garcia.
Jimmy Garcia's
Actually,
hurt.
actually, also we did look this up. Jimmy's been bad since he got to Seattle.
Well, he's also hurt, and it might not.
He also could get more than 12.
Chad Green since the All-Star break,
He's pushing like a 7.
or since the trade deadline, 7.47 ERA, 5.28 FIP. I don't have the whip in front of me, but he's given up 3 homers, 13 earned runs in 15 2/3.
Okay, so what does this tell you?
That he's been very bad.
Who was closing before the trade deadline?
Him. He was.
No,
No,
it was
Jimmy was.
Jimmy.
Chad has like 11 saves.
Yeah, like we had
he's
enough
had 8
injuries that
since
he
the
got
deadline.
saves early, but he wasn't closing. It was Jimmy.
I guess, yeah.
He clearly doesn't like the
not
ninth inning. Is
been
kind of what it
good.
seems like.
I mean,
You could
dude,
read into that pretty easily and just like next year he should be your 6th or 7th inning guy.
oh yeah, we said this even going into this year. Like,
Yeah, he would have been.
At best, he's your 8th inning guy.
And I think you bring in maybe it's not a Jimmy level guy, but maybe it's a guy kind of what Jimmy was when we brought him here with that ceiling, and you don't know what you're gonna get.
Sir Anthony Dominguez,
He's
like a
got
guy like that,
Yeah.
maybe. Like
Chad Green's got a FIP of 4.52 this year.
What's his ERA on the year?
3.49.
yeah, and he was.
You're taking that in your bullpen.
You are, but you're taking.
He's gotten real lucky.
It's the Matt Chapman thing where it's like you see 340, but then you realize it used to be like
it was a 0.9 at one point.
It was a 0.9
not long ago. I don't know. I'm concerned about him. I don't know if I trust him to be a key piece in this bullpen next year, but in terms of what we have, I don't trust anybody to be a key piece in this bullpen next year. So what are you going to do?
I'm trusting Swanee, I think.
I think Swanee will come around.
He's come back since he came up.
Swanee is now.
I'm trusting Hennessy's to be your number 1 lefty.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
like.
And I think Brendan Little's a good number 2 option.
Little has shown something. Zach Pop, what the fuck? What is he?
Terrible. He's fucking terrible, is what he is. I don't like any part about him.
I think in a vacuum, we obviously won the Groshans Pop and Bass trade.
Yeah.
But like as we've gone on, it's kind of
nobody in that trade ended up mattering.
Nobody in that trade ended up mattering at all.
No.
Like
Bass was a nice addition at the time for that.
Yeah,
season.
but now
but like at the we agree at the time.
Yeah.
Great.
It was great deal for that year. And then it fell apart very quick for both sides.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm saying we won because we got that production that year.
Yes.
Like Groshans has been on what, like three teams since that trade?
Yeah, he got traded. He was in Miami. I think he's been on the A's. He's been on the Yankees. Like
So in terms of relievers, the under 12 million thing, I'm just going to throw out the window for a minute because I don't know what any of these guys are going to get. But like Kenley's out there, Kimbrel's out there.
I'm staying away from both of them. Kenley's numbers are still decent this year. I think he gets over 10.
Kimbrel is
probably 15. I think Kimbrel gets 6 or 7.
Okay,
but he's still in it.
Kendall Graveman, Paul Sewald, Devin Williams. I think they're gonna take an option. I would assume. Chris Martin, Carlos Estevez has been nasty. Clay Holmes, I don't love, but Clay Holmes, AJ Minter.
Clay Holmes is great if you don't have him in the ninth inning.
Yeah, Tommy
There's
Canley,
some solid names there, but I
Will
think
Smith.
like these guys either based on name or their seasons they've had recently or are having are probably getting the same money as Chad Green.
Sure.
Also, any of the guys that we just named, would you take them over at his best Jordan Romano?
No, I'm not even bringing them in to be a closer.
Yeah.
We need like
no.
we need 7 guys.
Yes.
Who on
I'm
that list?
taking Devin Williams hands down.
Oh, okay.
Well, yeah, I don't think. Yeah,
sorry, I took
but
Devin out
Devin
just for
Williams, I
obvious.
think, is not.
He was mentioned.
But they're gonna.
Yeah,
It was
but
an
I
option.
said they're not gonna
was an
not take the
option?
club option.
Yeah.
Like
they're gonna pick him.
Shut up, Devin Williams, Jordan Romano, move the fuck out the way. Devin's your ninth inning.
That's the only one on. I like Estevez. I don't think he pushes Romano out of the closer spot, but I do like
I don't
him.
even know where Estevez is.
Philly.
He
went from LA to Philly.
Oh yes.
He got traded.
I know who we're talking about now.
He got traded at the deadline.
Man, honest, I would love Sir Anthony in this pen. He's a guy I've like always liked since he came up. He's electric.
He's got a club option, so I can't imagine they don't.
And he's in Baltimore, so like it's
depends what the dollars are, I guess.
Yeah.
He's currently making 3.6.
So but like what's the club option?
Jose Leclerc? I don't know if he's been any good this year.
I don't think he's been too good.
He wasn't even great last year in the playoffs.
No, he walked a tightrope in the playoffs because he pitched every fucking game in the playoffs for them. He's also not been the closer this year. It's been Kirby Yates.
Did I say Kirby Yates? Kirby Yates is also a free agent.
Yeah, it's been Kirby Yates.
Yeah, there's some names. I think
Jeff Hoffman's another fun one. He's kind of resurged.
Is that an option or like a free?
No, he's full on UFA.
Okay, but I think what I'm saying is at the time for Chad Green's production, you're buying into that. Like I'm sure they shopped him, but you've got a year left. Some teams don't want to eat that next year worth of money.
Yeah.
And if you're not going to get a valuable return, would you not rather just take Chad Green for next year?
I think the main, as dumb as this sounds, I think a lot of people's like reason for being like we should have traded Chad Green. It's like, look what we got for IKF, Charles McAdoo, and it's like, granted, McAdoo is years away. I think he's like 2-3 years away from being like anything on the Blue Jays, but like he's a solid, solid prospect that's 22 years old. Like I guess
use the real comp here. The real comp's Class A. Because that's really
wasn't there 2 players in that deal too, or was it just Class A?
No, it was just Class A.
It was Class A. No, it was Class A and Jacob Sharp.
Yeah.
Oh, it was a catcher that.
It was a catcher who's in Vancouver right now.
Okay.
And he's been pretty.
Can we just use Class A?
Yeah.
Like, if that's your comp, Jimmy was probably making 6 or 7 this year. Free agent at the end of the year. Anyways, free agent at the end of the year, prorated salary. It's peanuts. But my point is, Green's making more, and you have to pay him next year. So for us to get a prospect anywhere close to that caliber,
I mean, a year of control is probably a little more valuable. But
no, I don't think it was for Green with the price tag on it. You look at the teams that want relievers; they want them for this year.
You're talking on both sides here because you're saying that you're not going to find that value on people that are free agents right now, but then you're saying no one's going to take that value.
I think it was harder to take that value in the Jays position. I think it makes sense and the value is fine. But I'm saying at the deadline from the teams looking, like Houston's not going to take on all that money. I don't think New York was going to take on all that money when they're trying to get Soto and they're they could.
But they probably should have.
Do you think Seattle was going to sign up for 2 years of Chad Green at that price tag?
Maybe
54% of the time, man wins.
I don't think Philly is. It's the price tag next year for the other teams who have solid pieces. And maybe this is their 1 year run. They don't need to pay Chad Green 12 years or 12 million next year.
Yeah, you could do it if you're like Kansas City or something though. Like that would have made sense. But.
Yeah, but Kansas. I don't think Kansas City's in a situation where they're like, we need to go, like kind of thing. They're a young enough.
No, but that's a piece that's like you have it now, and then you can also use them for next year.
But their pen was solid. They went and got Urseg, who's closing for them and has been elite. I think Lorenzen's got moved to the pen. There might have been another guy too, but like they had already solidified their pen, and then like Lorenzen started, for a bit. So like Chad Green doesn't fit that, and he's not as good as Ursa.
Yeah. Well, hasn't been as good as they're saying. So yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. I don't know. We talked way longer than I thought we would on Chad Green. I didn't even plan on talking about Chad Green today. I don't know how
I
we
just
got
brought it
there.
up because it was just like, I mean, because he was the fucking
One that
reason
blew it. Yeah.
he was the one that blew it.
Yeah.
Like,
Bo Bichette started his rehab assignment.
yeah,
Played against Kevin Biggio.
Facing former Sacramento River Cat, then Gwinnett Striper, then Atlanta Brave Kevin Biggio.
How long do you think he's an Atlanta Brave? We've got a month left.
First off, he can't be on the playoff roster even if he was good enough. So Ozzy
But
Albies back maybe before the playoffs. So like
Witt's done for the year.
Witt's done for the
he came up for Witt, right?
Yeah, he came up for, well, it's weird. There was a guy, Luke Williams, he was playing second, and then they brought up Cav and demoted Luke Williams. So it was like,
Okay. Yeah. We did mention Bo briefly, and I don't think this news was out like the last time we talked. So like,
I had to do it. I had to bring up the king.
This conversation was supposed to be about Cav. I just wanted to segue it through Bo.
Had to bring up Gwinnett Striper, Kevin Biggio.
Right
on. The minor league assignment doesn't matter. Whatever. He did what he did.
He's gonna be back probably.
He was on his feet too much in that game, so they didn't play him the next day, and that's all I heard. But the main news that came out of Bo this week, was he talking to Shai Davidi? I think it was.
It was Shai.
I think it was Shai.
And he came out and said, "My ultimate goal really is to play with Vladdy forever, to win a championship with him, and to do that with this organization."
Now,
I care so little about this quote. I don't know.
There's a couple things that you can take
from this
quote.
Okay, quick question first before we do that.
Go ahead.
Does this off the hop change either of you guys' opinion?
No.
If my opinion on Bo Bichette was
it's lip service.
If it was if my opinion on Bo Bichette, if 0 was like fuck him, get out of here, and 100 was like I love him, he's the greatest, it went from like a 15 to like maybe a 25. Because this is super lip servicey to me. But it's nice that we finally have him talking, and it's not just, oh, Bo Bichette's friend said this.
So,
like,
I think it moves the needle a little for me. I think it's a little more than Connor, not nothing. I think you're right. It's lip service, because why would you take one team out of the bidding for your services? It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
But I do think there's probably a part of Bo. He's been on the bench. This team looks a lot more fun to be a part of than the team at the start of the year, even though they aren't still like great.
But they're much better. But
yeah, but like Bo's like, okay, there's young guys, there's guys coming in, we've got the money. Like I mean, he was hurt. Wasn't he hurt when the quote came out at the deadline? He was hurt at that time, right?
I think it was like, if he was hurt, it was like just before he got hurt.
Yeah, it wasn't like he wasn't hurt yet.
Well, like I don't know. I don't think he was in a great mindset at the time. I think it's kind of what I'm saying. Now he's coming back from injury, and like it is lip service. It is. But I think I'm reading into it a little bit is what I'm getting at.
Okay. No, that's fair to read into it.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just kind of, a lot of what you just said there kind of scares me a little bit, because like what happens when you get eliminated in the wild card round next year, let's say, just hypothetically. Are you going to be pissed off that the team wasn't good enough to win you a round again? And now you're going to be on the back end, the other side of that, like, fuck, this team's no fun. We stink, blah, blah, blah. Like, where are you going to be come next year when it comes time to sign Bo Bichette? Like, you're banking on, hopefully we're having fun in game 162. And he wants to be here.
I'm not basing, and even with the comments, I wouldn't have traded him this offseason.
Yeah.
Because I think you need him to have a competitive team next year. I think Leo's proving he can be a major league player in 2 years when if Bo leaves at that point. But to me, that doesn't matter. But at the end of next year, I'm not trading him unless you're out of it at the deadline. I am prepared to let him walk for a qualifying offer.
Yeah.
But I think there's what?
I'm not, but we talked about this last week. I just don't think it makes sense. But
there's one thing that you got to think about in this situation. It's clearly Bo. If Bo says he wants to be here and be on the team, real question is, does Ross Atkins want him on this team? Like,
do they in general want him on this team? I don't know if it makes sense.
And if the answer is yes, he wants him on this team, number.
Well, that's the thing. Are you willing to commit?
The number?
He's gonna want
At least 2.
20 to 25 a year.
It starts with 2.
Yeah.
Like, whatever the number is, it starts with a 2.
If I'm Ross Atkins, I don't know if that's where I want to put my money right now. Like, yeah, it's great to say keep Bo and Vlad together and hoorah, lots of fun, but like you still have to make that contract worth it. And
this could just be
is it?
Who's free agents the same year as them?
That's I genuinely
next year.
I was genuinely gonna ask, does Bo have a comp? Like,
no, I'm just curious what
you want all positions, or do you just want
just like the top level guys?
Yeah,
because
but not like
my point is what?
Not like just short.
No, it doesn't have to be just shortstop. My point is you've got you've still got Vlad.
Mm-hmm.
You want to put a competitive team around him. You're losing a lot of money. Like I think Springer almost be in the last year of his deal in 2 years, I believe.
He is in the last year, right?
But you've got Springer, Goss, Bassett, Brios is there longer. You're losing all of those guys. Those are big money guys. If hopefully some of these pitching prospects can turn out, you are gonna have money to spend. And where are you gonna put it? Because I think you could probably do a lot worse than Bichette.
So there's nobody on this free agent market. Also, in terms of
age, like there's nobody.
If you get
also
a
in terms of
Soto
shortstops
this year, or like a Pete Alonso to go with him, this year for this year's run, I think then it's more justifiable. But I think it's got to be a Soto or
well, that's what I mean. Is that's kind of where you grab. Like, I would rather allocate my money there than paying Bo Bichette. But
okay,
on the other side of that,
you couldn't have the big three and use younger pitchers.
Rogers,
it's tougher.
So if I am looking at this correctly,
I think. Sorry, Connor. I think by the time you need to sign Bichette, sure you're going to be paying Vladdy and Soto. Say Soto for this example, you'd be paying them more. I don't think it takes you out of Bo because you're getting rid of, like I said, the Springer, the Gossman. Fucking, we've shed about $40 or $50 million this year already. You could just allocate that money to Soto if it was Soto.
Yeah, and if this means anything to you guys, Bo Bichette and Vladimir Guerrero Jr. are the second and third youngest players in free agency when they're up. So,
who's the youngest?
It would be Murakami, who's coming from Japan.
So
technically they are the youngest guys that have played MLB ball by the time they're free agents.
Here is the caveat to the Bo Bichette thing. If any team is looking for a shortstop,
there's nothing.
There's fucking nobody out
There's
there.
Genuinely nothing except him.
Trevor Story has an opt-out, which I can't even guarantee he's going to use as a $25 million opt-out, and I don't think he's going to miss out on that. After that, you have Tommy Edman, Kyle Farmer, Miguel Rojas, David Fletcher, Jorge Mateo, Luis Rengifo, Willie Castro. That is it.
Yeah, and Bo is at minimum like a year or two younger than everybody there.
Yes.
Like, I don't think there's much this year either. Like,
he's going to hit that shortstop market, and that contract is going to be very high.
And for this year,
it's going to be like, does he want to stay in Toronto? Is going to play a factor in it.
So I think the shortstop market this year isn't much better.
Well,
it's Adames, and then Ha-Seong Kim as a mutual option, and then obviously Kyle Farmer again, like for first time Kyle Farmer, and then other like Miguel Rojas club option, then Kike Hernandez, Paul DeJong, Ahmed Rosario, Jose Iglesias, Kevin Newman.
It'd be crazy to see Ha-Seong Kim take that option, no?
Yeah, $7 million. I don't think he takes that.
I think he'd go to free agency in a heartbeat.
He's going to go to free agency.
I mean, but Paul DeJong's had a good year. Like, he could probably get some money. Iglesias has been really good. I think both those guys are going to get some money. That's the tier lower, obviously.
Yeah.
You say Iglesias? Sorry, I didn't.
Yeah, I did. I said Iglesias, and
I think he's going to get a contract somewhere at least.
Paul DeJong has
I don't know how much money it's going to be.
Paul DeJong has 24 home runs.
Yeah, it's fucking nuts. I'm not paying that guy though.
No.
Keep him away from my team.
No. I'm not doing that shit either. But
but that's the thing. I'm comfortable taking a comp pick for him. It'll be a comp pick after the first. And
the more that I'm looking at it, barring like this motherfucker wanting like $300 million, just keep him. Unless you're telling me that we're getting Willie Adames this offseason.
Well, that's kind of the flip side here. Is
like
I think you can get Adames at a way cheaper ticket. And then I think you can use that remaining money to get Soto. And I think you're honestly better off with Adames, Soto, and the prospects you're going to get from Bo than you are keeping Bo. Go for it.
Yes, Nate.
Didn't we just talk about there's no shortstops this year for teams who want
that's
to
why
get
you get
young
Adames and Soto
shortstop?
this year.
But Adames is a big if.
Sure.
Like
Adames,
the exact same argument we just made for why Bo could be valuable in free agency is Adames. Because
Grant?
and he's the one.
Adames is getting fucking paid, man.
Adames?
Do you know his stats this year?
No, I haven't looked.
Played 145 games. He's batting 252, 333 on base with 468 slug, 801 OPS, 30 home runs, 102 RBI.
So he'll get some money.
He also plays above average defense, I believe.
He's getting
between 150 and 2, I think.
So, and according to Spotrac, his calculated they do like a market value calculator thing, 25 million a year for Adames. It'd be 7. Their market value makeup contract is the Simeon contract from Texas, 7,175.
What about Kim?
Kim, let me do that real quick.
If we're letting Bo walk, I don't think Kim's who I'm going for. I'm giving the reins to Leo. He showed he can play the defense.
Yeah, you're right.
Hope that back comes around. He's 22, 23.
True.
He's
looked good for a 23-year-old.
I am more than happy giving him the entire year in AAA next year. I think it was Blair and Barker talking about it. They were talking about like guys you would trade, guys you wouldn't, and one of them brought up like a bunch of these guys are going to trade in the offseason. I forget. I think it was
3 of them.
I think it was Blair said, I hope he's not one of them. Because if Bo does walk, he seems like your perfect replacement.
Yeah.
He's a good enough
there are plenty of good teams that hunt on center field, catcher, or shortstop for defense.
LA Dodgers.
Have them hit 9.
Granted, it's a terrible comparison. Dodgers. Who's their shortstop? Kevin Kiermaier, their center fielder.
Houston Astros.
Yeah.
I can't think of his name, but that catcher.
Oh, yeah.
Martin Maldonado.
Yeah, Maldonado.
Yeah. But Brent, to answer your question, the calculated market value for Ha-Seong Kim was 4 years, 49 million. His comparables were okay, this is dumb compared to
I don't think that's very accurate.
Yeah. Here's their comparables. It says we've selected the following players based on their age, contract status, and statistical production to compare to Ha-Seong Kim. Andrew Benintendi, the contract anyway. Lourdes Gurriel Jr., Jake Cronenworth, and Tommy Edman. So as far
that's
as
the deal for Kim, I'm taking that.
That's about the same caliber player to me. I don't think he's that good, man.
I think Kim
pretty good.
Kim is so much like a super highly paid super util.
No.
He's second, third short.
No.
You stick him there.
If you put him at short, he's probably winning the Gold Glove.
I think he probably should have won the Gold Glove. He honestly didn't he have a run last year where everybody thought he could win the Gold Glove at 2 positions?
Kim?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was.
No, he played short all year.
Before.
No, Xander was at short last year because they just moved over to second this year. Xander was at short last year.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay, then was he going to win it at second last year?
He was going to win it at second, and then something happened. I think it was the util Gold Glove.
When did he win his Gold Glove? Last year.
I think it is.
Anyways, I think Adames would be real nice, but I don't think he's like a realistic target with what shortstops get.
Yeah.
I don't really want Alex Bregman either.
Nope. I don't think he makes sense. You have guys that can play third. Yeah. They're not as good as Bregman, obviously. I don't think.
Well, they're also not going to they're not going to cost what Bregman costs, and I think acquisition cost there and the value of what you're paying.
He's a player I've never liked. Granted, he came up in that Astros years,
he's always been the guy that's just there to me on the Astros.
That's exactly kind of what I was going to say. I've never thought he was that good.
Because he didn't have like the mystique of like, oh, this is George Springer hitting leadoff home runs all the time, or he's Jose Altuve winning MVPs, or he's Carlos Correa, flashy defense. He's just, oh, hi, I'm the third base guy that I had to move to third base because Carlos Correa was a person. And I'm consistent with my high 7s to low 8 OPSs.
Yeah, no, he's a very solid player. I think he's going to get overpaid. And
I don't love him, the guy, if I'm being honest.
Given the market, too, he's going to get overpaid.
Yeah.
Which, granted, that's most players, but like,
yeah.
But yeah,
I don't know. We'll see. Jordan Romano's done for the year.
Also,
no, yeah.
one last thing on the free agency there. Like, who knows what happens? Last year was super weird.
I mean,
We don't know what happens.
No.
Is Juan Soto's cat actually just named Ace? Like, when he comes to Toronto? Like,
No, it's also called Decoy.
And he's a Dodger.
fucking that dude. Honestly,
His cat's actually named Shohei.
in a weird way. Give me that. Give me that timeline.
Mm-hmm.
Juan Soto go to the Dodgers.
Sure.
That would be insane.
Like, dude,
I don't really care where he goes. If he doesn't go back to the Yankees, I'm happy.
Yeah, but he probably
That's
will,
where I'm at.
Let's be honest. But
I don't
just
think
imagine a world where the first 4 hitters that a pitcher has to see is Shohei Ohtani, Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman, and Juan Soto.
Honestly, though, if
And
they
then
don't win the
Smith.
World
Max
Series
Muncy,
this year,
Will Smith.
it's very
Max
much a
Muncy, Will
possibility.
Smith, and potentially Teoscar. No, well, actually, no. Teoscar wouldn't be there at that point because yeah, so. But
if they don't win the World Series this year, there's no one saying that's not a possibility. They'll absolutely try.
Realistic.
He is having career high numbers.
Realistic
in, like,
doesn't mean the
slugging.
damn thing to the Dodgers.
Yeah.
They don't give a shit. They're just going to throw money. It's nuts. Yes, Jordan's done for the year. I thought he was already done for the year. Am I losing it?
They didn't
speculated that he was, and then they were saying they wanted to try and get him back, and then
so he didn't get Tommy John?
No, as far as I'm aware.
Huh. I thought for sure he got Tommy John's, but okay, well, that is what it is. So I mean that he is throwing though, which bodes well for next year, I guess.
in the full off season, like I said, I
It'll be
think you
fine.
bring in someone that can complement him
Mm-hmm.
the way Jordan Hicks did.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't necessarily
Yeah.
have to close, but can close.
The world where there's a world where Jordan Hicks didn't want to be a fucking starter, and he's still on this team.
There's no world.
I would also really like 100.
Yeah.
Oh please, I'm sick of the 101 game, and the next day it's 94. Like I'm just if you're gonna just
But we don't have 100 guy. Like I want
mean,
100 guy.
We did, but they traded him for a bag of chips.
Yeah,
Nate?
well, he doesn't count because I don't know what the fuck he was.
Hey, he figured something out in Chicago. Like,
Yeah, no, but
he was always going to do that. We knew that.
That's what I want.
Happen.
I want 100 guy.
Hey man, I was gonna say that's Luis Frias, but no, he's not that either. Fucking Luis fucking Frias.
That guy came into that game with an 11 ERA.
Exactly. Who is that? No, that's the guy
dude.
you said that was electric.
Yeah.
You called Luis Frias electric.
Dude, that guy is electric.
Wait, who is this guy?
Oh,
it's the dude I think is.
He came into the
sick.
game with an 11 ERA. I knew nothing else about him, but he got out of sight of the inning.
He looked unreal though.
He contributed to the near combined no hitter.
No, what?
They were like through 5 no hit in that game.
He actually looked unreal. I know nothing about him. I also don't think he throws 100, but
I don't know what he does. I know nothing about him.
I didn't know he was on the team before that. I didn't remember his name
where did
on
he
it.
come from? We are reaching the point of the season where guys just appear on the mound.
He is massive.
When did he get here?
Massive.
Like a month ago.
When did he get
No, it's not that long
here?
ago.
In the organization or in
No,
on the team?
team.
Like a week and a half ago.
Has he thrown?
He's thrown like 2 times.
Bro, he definitely got called up on the weekend because we were on a different planet.
Yeah.
He did. I do remember that, and it was the wasn't there a
Did he throw in the Braves series? That's probably makes sense.
Wait. There was a game. There was a game where they were up 9 something.
That's the Braves.
No, they were up 6. No, they were up 6-1.
That's the Braves. And they almost blew it in the 9th.
Yeah, it was game 2.
That's the Braves.
It was 9-1.
Yeah,
and
did he almost blow it? They said
he gave up 3 runs when he came in.
That's why he has an 11 ERA.
Yeah,
okay. He was the Tommy Nance of this week. Some guy we never heard of that just shows up and is on the mound.
Next, you want to know who next week's Tommy Nance?
Did we DFA Quas? That happened, right?
We
DFA'd
was that
last week.
We DFA'd Quas for Dylan Tate.
Oh, no.
Wait,
no, that was Paulo.
He's in Buffalo.
Yeah, that's true. It was Paulo. We DFA'd Quas for somebody else I'd heard of.
Isert? Where's Isert?
He went down. He got. I think he was up. He was down for Frias. We got Emmanuel Rivera from the Marlins when we DFA'd Quas.
Who we get DeGrom today? DeGoose?
We got Brett. I genuinely don't know how to say his name.
We're gonna go with DeGoose because
it's
like
DeGoose.
No, it's DeGoose.
No, there's an A in it.
No.
What? There's an E. There's an E.
GEUS is DeGoose.
It's DeGeus.
No, it's DeGoose.
Brett DeJesus. Okay.
He will be DeGoose. And he will be DeBad. But it's fine.
By Yeri Rodriguez. We hardly knew you.
That's who it was that got DFA'd today. Jerry sucked.
No nose.
Huh?
No nose.
There's no nose?
Looks like Voldemort.
Oh, I've never seen him in his face. Actually, I feel like every time he pitched, I was at the game.
Oh, Yeri?
Yeri.
Yeah. Oh, Yeri really did.
Yeri stunk.
Yeah.
Yeri was very bad. He was Yeri bad.
Yeah, he was Yeri bad, and he'll be on his Yeri way.
Yeah. Now we have DeGoose.
Hey, did anyone realize fucking Timmy Jimmy Nance has actually been decent until that game that he...
Ever since you chirped him, he's been nasty.
Yeah, so he doesn't throw hard.
No.
I don't like it.
So what?
Nate, no one on this team throws hard.
I know.
You know what he's not?
That's why I want a 100 guy.
You know who would throw really hard? Oh, God.
He's not Trevor Richards.
He's not Trevor Richards.
It's fantastic.
You know who else is not Trevor Richards?
I mean, although I don't remember what game that was, but he had 3 pitches. Fastball, curveball, wild pitch.
Well, the one was the first base.
He did give up back-to-back. It was the first game of the Mets series. He gave up like back-to-back wild pitches.
Did he give up a run?
He gave up 2.
Yeah, he blew the game.
I don't know.
Yeah, they were up 2-1. They were up 2-1, and they
that didn't happen.
Back fastballs. The game.
That didn't happen.
You were at
that was him on the mound.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was the combined no-hitter bullpen game that you were talking.
Good game.
I know Buck brings it up all the time.
One knee catching on third base. Yeah.
Oh my God, with runners on third base.
That's crazy.
Because Brian Servin could have blocked that ball so easily.
Also, Brian Servin does the one knee thing like so strange.
I forget. I noticed the first one, I think, was a pass ball, and the second one was classed as a wild pitch. But even if you're not on one knee for the second one, I'm drawing a blank, but I think he had a chance on it.
Mm-hmm.
When he goes down on one knee, just watch because he does it's the most flexible shit I've ever seen. Like he's fully like in a crouch with his right leg, but his left leg is like all the way extended. He's like almost on his ass. It's incredible. But yeah, no, not a good idea with a runner on third.
I'm with Buck on that, man. Like I could care less with no runners on base. But
honestly, I really could care less with a runner on first either.
How are you throwing second though?
I don't know. I don't care. Get the out.
I don't know if you are getting the out to second.
No, get the out on the call at the plate.
Depends.
Depends who's on the mound.
But I'm over it with runners on third for sure.
Runner on third is dumb.
Do you guys? Sorry, just before we get off the Jays, do you want to know something? Like it just signifies how long time has gone by.
Mm-hmm.
Orelvis Martinez's ban ends on September 23rd.
Oh, we are almost done.
Yeah, he's already playing ball.
He's back on
his
rehab
rehab
assignment.
Damn.
So, yeah,
that's crazy.
It's been 80. It's been almost 80 games since that happened.
Is that almost kind of a good thing? Because I don't know if Ernie Clement gets the run he did, and we get to see what he's done. I don't know if Will Wagner comes up.
I don't think Leo gets the run he does either.
No, you're right.
He doesn't affect short, but I don't think Spence.
He pushes Ern. I think.
Maybe.
I think he pushes Ernie more than he
as much time as he has.
No, I think you're right. I think there's a lot of stuff that doesn't happen.
That's also a guy we haven't factored into next year's plans at all, and I think he's here next year.
I don't want to.
I would like to. That guy crushes baseballs.
He does, but it's just.
I don't care if he was on steroids. He crushes baseballs.
Hey, fuck it. If next year you have a platoon of Addison Barger and David Schneider at third, or Addison Barger, not David Schneider.
Yeah, run that back.
Orelvis Martinez is what I meant. I don't know why David Schneider came to mind.
I don't know.
He also can't play third. That's the issue we've run into.
Orelvis is a DH.
Orelvis is a second.
The issue we've run into is we have Spencer Horowitz can basically only play second, other than first.
Will Wagner,
second and first.
Orelvis,
Davis.
Did you see that catch?
It was a good catch, but he's not a great fielder. He's not a great left fielder.
No, but at least he can do it. Those guys can't.
No.
The only guys that we know that could do it in left field right now are Joey Loperfido and David Schneider. Like
Addison Barger cannot do it. I know that.
he also just, I think he
just looks awful out
Just
there.
stick him at third and don't touch him.
Yeah.
Like
Also, has Nathan Lucas done enough to earn a fourth outfielder job next year?
I think so.
Nathan, I don't know, man.
For now,
he has been really good since coming up. But I'll
Would
give
you
him
take
that.
him over Loperfido? I'm assuming they bring in an outfielder.
That would be my assumption over having to decide between the two of them.
I think if you're going off pure upside, I
think you're going Loperfido.
I think you have to go Loperfido, but
depending on how much playing time you can give him too, though.
That's the other thing. I'm assuming Loperfido has options. He can go down, get more playing time.
Mm-hmm.
Saying to start the year, I think I might take Nathan Lucas, depending how he finishes this.
Yeah, Lucas is like comfortable being a bench guy.
I mean, if we're being honest,
he deserves a chance.
If we're being honest with ourselves here, he should have been the fourth outfielder. In hindsight, he should have been the fourth outfielder instead of Kevin Kiermaier.
I think he got hurt every chance that it
the fourth
was
outfielder.
No, but what I'm saying is
should have been.
Like he probably could have been just use him instead of Kevin Kiermaier.
Yeah.
But we only had the three, and then it was Davis playing left field, was it not?
It would just be Davis.
So
no, because Varsho wasn't left.
Yeah, Kiermaier was in center. So if
that's what I'm saying.
If
our
you
starting three were Springer.
Our
Kiermaier.
Fourth outfielder was David Schneider.
Your fourth outfielder was David Schneider. So just replace Kevin Kiermaier with Nathan Lucas.
Yeah.
No, I would have taken Lucas over Davis.
I would have taken Lucas.
Pretty sure we had this conversation at the beginning of the year, and everyone said that they weren't going to send Davis down.
We did. And then,
yeah, but we thought he was an infielder, not an outfielder. They also had Cav at the time.
Oh, true.
Cav did play did the outfield as well. Like
Connor, I do understand why
we've also seen a lot different Davis.
Why did I not want to get off the Jays?
I kind of understand because the next section or next segment is always not friendly to you.
Oh, I have to actually look at their record. Hold up.
It's 33 and 114. I got you.
Holy shit.
The last update we had was 32 and 109.
Yeah.
So you know what? They are 1-5.
That's
good. They got to win this week.
Hey, yeah, they're still.
Connor.
Shut up.
Just off the top of your head.
Shut up. You saw the YouTube comment, did you?
What?
No, you didn't.
Oh, I did.
Oh,
okay, well, can I go mine first?
Yep.
Connor, just out of curiosity, who do you think has more wins against the American League this year? The White Sox or the Cubs?
I'm going to say the Cubs.
Gotta be the Cubs.
It is by about 2. You want another fun fact?
Yes, I want all the fun facts.
This is courtesy of Baseball is Dead. Would you take the Chicago White Sox team OPS this year for the entire year or Carlos Zambrano's career OPS?
Sorry, what was the thing?
Carlos Zambrano's OPS and what? Team OPS.
Oh, Carlos Zambrano all day of the week. That guy could hit everything.
Carlos Zambrano's career OPS.
Carlos Zambrano.
I didn't look it up, but according to Jay Hay, it's about 20 points higher than the White Sox team this year.
Didn't you also send us a stat where like Zach Greinke has the higher career slug than the White Sox this year?
Yep.
Fucking Jesus Christ.
The YouTube comment for those who haven't seen.
God, the fact that we're fucking putting this back in the
shout out to Wyatt Gelowitz.
No, you know what? You know what? No, she watches this. My mother is an ass. She brought it up to me, and I had to look at it and remember it.
Okay, well, I want to hear now.
He says, "Whatever happened to the bet about someone getting White Sox shaved into their head if they were the worst team in the league this year? Don't you worry, what? It's still gonna go down. They haven't finished the season yet.
I just didn't need to bring it up yet.
Season's not done. They're gonna be the worst, but we'll wait until the very last.
I hadn't forgotten, but I didn't need to bring it up.
Hey, Gelowitz, I love you that you're viewing, but fuck you. All right? Respectfully, fuck you.
That's only the opinion of one of the three.
When you have to do this, it has to be visible on a podcast. Like you have to turn around and show us the back of your head.
I feel like for out of pure content, I feel like one of you guys has to shave it.
You don't want us doing that.
For content, guys.
Yeah, maybe. You're probably right. That would be good, but you're not going to want us doing that.
I'm just saying you can't just immediately shave it off. You have to rock that for a
I think that was
podcast.
a part of it.
Hey, side note, Brant, who is your quarterback in fantasy?
Who's my quarterback?
Yeah.
In which fantasy? I have 4 leagues.
Is any of it Tua?
No. Did he get hurt?
Concussion.
Oh, fuck me. I had so many bets on him tonight.
Okay. Well, moving on. Speaking of, I was gonna
very good turn away from the White Sox.
Kind of segue was I about to make? Hold on.
I don't know. You just wanted to get out. I understand.
And speaking of
31 games below where you need them to be.
Yeah, man. Speaking of getting out,
the A's aren't even the second worst, are they?
No, they're not. They're 3.5 up on the Angels.
The A's have been like a top 3 team since the break.
Nuts.
Like,
honestly, they kind of have a good core right now.
Yeah. Okay. That's gonna be that's a thing I have later. Okay, that's later.
We should have done it now.
Okay, fuck it. I have a question, and I was.
Are we taking the White Sox in 5 years, or the A's?
No,
I'm taking the A's.
No. Oh God, wasn't.
I don't know when the next year I'd take the White Sox is.
This could potentially be an A's. The A's can be an answer for this.
Okay.
Does this have to do with the White Sox? I have one more White Sox question.
It doesn't, but it can. It can if you want to make it the White Sox, but I wouldn't.
Who else has a better OPS?
What is their record this year, Brant? What did you say?
It's 33 and 114.
Yes.
That was what I said. Do the White Sox lose 100? I was going to say 120, but do they lose 110 again next year?
Yes.
Yeah, there's no avenue where they get better.
That's insane.
There is literally no avenue where they get better.
Who the fuck is going to help this team? Like, the only thing that might help is if Lou Bob stays healthy for 162.
And that's like an extra 5, maybe.
And that's wins. Not enough to get them anywhere near.
So my question is, of all the teams that are currently like not either in a playoff spot or fighting for a wild card, who do you think is primed the best to make a run next season?
Do you have the Tigers in?
The Tigers is a team that's like a gray area, but I'll allow it.
Okay.
I think they're real close. I like where we are. I think the A's are a ways away. I like Pittsburgh and Cincinnati if they spend some money, which they've shown some willingness to recently. Not big money, but like kind of Kansas City-esque off seasons.
I like the Braves.
I'm talking my way through that. They don't count because they're in this right now.
Yeah, they're out of the playoffs.
A team that could be very fun depending on their offseason.
The Cubs.
The Nationals.
No, I think they're not there yet.
I think they're closing in on it. I think 2 years.
I think they're the 2022 Baltimore Orioles.
Fun, but not quite there.
Fun, but like you see where it's going. And then maybe next year's where they get to like 500-ish.
Like, yeah.
And then the year after that, they take off.
Yeah.
What are the Rangers?
They need arms.
Rangers are, I mean, okay, they're also a weird gray area because they're 8 games out of the division.
They're done.
They're 70 and 76. So
what happened?
Pitching and health.
So if they get healthy, are they not? They're like they're probably a decent option.
I don't know if I like your pitching next year.
Yeah, I mean,
depending what Kumar can do this last little bit, but
bring this up now.
Scherzer's kind of done.
There's
Scherzer is done.
What is Jacob deGrom?
He's back tomorrow. Also, have you seen the Mets? Not the Mets. Geez, I just ruined the joke. Have you seen the Rangers? The Rangers' next 3 starters. In an alternate universe, it's the Mets.
Kumar, DeGrom, and
Scherzer.
I love that. Scherzer. So,
like later hasn't been good. I don't know if I like your rotation next year enough to be competitive.
Also, Evaldi's a free agent. So it's John Gray, Dane Dunning, Kumar Rocker, Jack Leiter.
You still have DeGrom.
Jack Leiter sucks.
Like that's your 5.
Jack Leiter is bad.
Yeah, that's not great.
Jack Leiter's not been good.
Also, he had 6 strikeouts the other day.
Sports hernia surgery. He's out for the season. So
good. Well,
Brant didn't give an answer.
There goes my AL pick.
Brant didn't give an answer, and I didn't actually either. I just
you just said like 8 teams.
All of them. No, but I'm thinking.
Like the Tigers one.
Like, okay, Realistically, I think it's the Jays because I think of all those teams, they're the most willing to spend money and
And they
they
have a nice
have
little core.
the most ready core and rotation. So I think it's the Jays. I don't think that's a fun pick.
If you're going
I
non-Jays.
think the Tigers are closer than Pittsburgh and Cincinnati, which would be my next two. And I think the Tigers have shown a willingness to spend recently that Cincinnati and Pittsburgh have shied away from a little bit. The issue kind of becomes that that division is getting very difficult. Um, so it's interesting, but I think I'd go the Tigers.
I'm gonna go with the Cubs. I think the Cubs heated up down the stretch. They've been way better in the second half. They're also 4 games over 500 right now. Still very far out, but
Only like 3.5.
I was gonna say
4.5, I think now. 4.5, 5.
We're getting semanticy here with the Cubs.
It's
Five.
it's the
5
same
out.
it's the same area as the Tigers, so it's not a big deal,
They're
in my
actually
opinion. But when you
Yeah.
said very far out, I was
Yeah,
Well,
the Cubs are 5 games
5
out.
is a lot out when the teams you're chasing are the Braves and the Mets.
Yeah. My pick would have been the Cincinnati Reds because we have to remember they've basically been playing the whole season without one of their most key piece, arguably, Matt McLean. Like he hasn't played at all. Christian Encarnacion Strand, granted he was terrible, but he's been out for the season the whole time. Like if they
I
again,
think they need more. I don't think those
if they
guys are
get
enough.
if they get
Hunter Green's been great.
it's all pitching for them. If they get better pitching, their offense is good enough. Like also
They could be.
Will Benson fell off a fucking cliff.
I
Like
think Detroit's been like sneaky good
Detroit's always had like
recently. Their pitching isn't bad. Jackson Job's, I think it's Jackson Job, number one
Jackson Job's
pitching prospect.
Yeah, he's coming up soon.
You put him and
next year.
Scooble in a rotation together, that's gonna be pretty gross. Casey Mize, I think, had like a pretty sneaky decent year, not a great year, but he's been injured. If he can kind of put something together, I like that top three.
Yeah.
They have
We're
Maeda
finally
still.
reaching that point where it's just like, remember for like 4 years, everyone was just like, yeah, Manning, Scooble, Mize. It's gonna be a good
Also,
group, and it never happened until this year.
Hasn't been relevant.
Manning?
Pork at all.
Pork has not been well. I mean, he did come back and have like
he's been good
run,
lately.
Like, but then you like you have Parker Meadows, Riley Green, like
I have something.
Wenzel Perez.
I have something on the Jays here slightly.
Mm-hmm.
They picked the absolute fucking worst year to not make the playoffs.
Oh, for sure. There's not going to be a 100-win team in baseball.
I don't even think that matters. Like, there's still, you can not win 100 games and still be like an odds-on favorite. And I think there are 2 teams you could say are favorites, one in each league.
And then the rest.
And it's not by much.
Yeah.
It's not by much. Any team could take anybody.
Yep.
I think we are tracking towards a 2022 repeat of the World Series.
Astros.
Those are the 2 best teams.
Was it Astros Phillies?
Yeah.
Was it Astros?
Yeah, that was Astros Phillies.
Astros won it.
The year after was Diamondbacks Rangers. Yeah.
Yeah, last year.
Yeah, currently, like the Yankees are the best team in the AL, and who feels good about the Yankees? Ever. Like that
I don't
team's
like their pitching.
No.
Cole's apparently been decent recently, I think.
Okay.
They have 6 starters healthy on the roster right now. So
I think the Astros are gonna fuck around and win it again.
Yeah, the Astros are gonna fucking
go
back to the World Series.
So we're going the 6 starters here. Stroman has like a 5.
Cortez
Nestor has like a 5.
Luis Heel.
Schmidt just came off the IL. Rodon's fallen off a cliff.
Yeah, he sucked.
Hey, I said 6 starters. I didn't say 6 good starters.
I think it's going to be fun though because any team could win it. I also think there's an issue we back our way into I don't know, Cleveland, Arizona World Series and something like that would be terrible.
That'd be disgusting. Like
that's got to be the worst possible matchup for like baseball,
dude.
right?
Or even like a
Cleveland, Milwaukee.
Granted, Cleveland, Milwaukee is the worst one. You're right. Oh, that's so bad.
I was gonna say like every bad option starts with Cleveland. Cleveland Mets, even though it's a New York team, still wouldn't be good.
I think
Twins Brewers would not be good.
I think you can throw KC in there if they make it. I think they'd be more fun.
KC would be more fun
At
just because
least they're watchable.
you've seen what their fans are when they're good.
Yeah.
I think Cleveland's worse than KC or than Minnesota for like watching.
Mm-hmm. Because at least Minnesota will bang. Like they'll bang home runs. Like,
Is there a best possible option that isn't Yankees Dodgers?
Orioles, Phillies?
Yeah, it's Phillies Astros repeat.
Phillies, Astros, or like Orioles, Phillies, like, or even actually, like, I think now Arizona would still be like, I think now this year Arizona would be a good team in the World Series.
Their
Fan base sucks.
Ass.
Fan base sucks. I think it's got it. Like, if you're taking team, fan base, and all that, like, it has to be Phillies or Dodgers in the NL. Maybe Padres. I think Padres could be another one that would be kind of a fun one.
Sneaky fun.
Padres be fun.
And then I fucking hate the Yankees, but I think it's
you'd have to take fan
Yankees
base
or Orioles.
carries them.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't think it's Astros. I
Don't
think
think
Astros are
Astros?
just kind of too used to being in there at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Like that series does numbers from what it was.
Yeah.
It's a repeat of a hell of a series.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure.
I just think their fan base is just kind of used to winning at this point. They don't really care when they get there.
I don't think I've seen that.
Because they've always penciled in
Okay.
an ALCS. They're always just penciled
Yeah,
in
they just kind of
ALCS.
know they're going to be there. I don't know. They're just a little.
Like,
They're still good. They're just, I don't know. I think there's better options.
yeah.
Anything else?
We got just a quick couple things. Big Maple hanging it up after this year.
Is he?
Impact. Yep. Jeff McNeil's been out for the. He's done.
Fuck that guy.
Jeff McNeil.
Yes.
Okay.
Does that make your opinion on the Mets go up a little bit?
I literally told you that was like part of
Jeff
the sentence I said. I was like, I fucking hate Jeff McNeil. I know he's hurt,
Yeah.
but he's still on the team. So
The
fuck
two
the
biggest.
Mets.
The two biggest. Well, no. Are you a Braves guy now? Knowing the
Cavs on the
information you
Braves.
now have, I was gonna say knowing
I
that
I don't care. I just think Cavs are relevant, and your guys' obsession with him annoys me.
this obsession is to the core.
All right. Anything?
I do.
Lastly, Anthony Rendon.
Why
He's
are we
on the
talking about
IL.
Anthony Rendon?
No, he's on the IL. But here's a stat from Jay Hay. Anthony Rendon has almost as many IL stints in his Angels career as he has total home runs over the last 4 years.
Yeah, it's like 22 to 12.
It's 13 to 12. 13 home runs to 12 IL stints.
Oh God. They also had a thing. Somebody read it off that the Angels tweeted this, and it was that Ben Joyce is hurt, and there was a footnote that Anthony Rendon is also on the IL. Connor, do you have a question?
What's up?
No, it says Connor has a question.
Oh, no, my question was what team not in the playoffs
thing we just
would
talked
be
about for half hour there.
Okay.
Yeah. You're pushing it with half an hour. It was like 5 minutes.
Felt like half hour.
I'm gonna start this by saying I have not seen this video, but I've heard it talked about enough. The Tampa Bay Philly series.
Oh, the
Castellanos?
Uceta and Castellanos, yeah.
I have not seen it, but have you guys? I haven't seen the video of it.
I've watched like the hit by pitch. Like I know what happened in it.
Okay. Anyways, but Uceta apparently I think he's been having a decent year. Got his tits slit in this inning, and then just decides to drill Castellanos.
Also,
because he's mad.
If I'm not mistaken, it was the hardest pitch he's thrown either this
No,
season
it was
or
a
in his
changeup,
career.
Connor.
No.
No, it was a changeup.
Okay, if he's throwing
No,
96,
that's what he says.
He's throwing 96 mile an hour
No,
changeup.
that's what he's saying. It is the hardest pitch he's thrown in his career, and he claims it's a changeup.
Hey,
96.
Dude, if that's the case, just throw that all the time.
Throw your 96 change.
But like,
Great.
that is fucked that you have a temper tantrum out on them. Like, did you guys hear Castellanos' quote on it?
About his kid?
Taking away his kid's dessert and his kid throws a temper tantrum? That's literally what this is.
Yeah, of course he's a Ray.
You can't have 90 mile an hour in your back pocket and throw a temper tantrum.
Yeah, Brant, what I'm about to say.
At least he didn't hit him high, but like,
yeah, sorry. What I'm about to say regarding the Rays, you can either cut out or we're ending right now. Between Uceta and some other people, the Rays have a lot of issues with when it comes to children.
Is he still technically like on the Rays?
I don't think Uceta did anything to children.
No, just being a
No,
child.
but like the being
Okay.
fine. Here's a worse one. Between Uceta and somebody else, I think they'd probably have a good relationship.
Not good. No, fuck their A's. What was the other jackass's name that Henny punched in the face?
Oh, Caballero.
Yeah, fuck that guy too.
I was about to say Caminero, and I'm like, no, that's a completely different person.
Isn't he also a Ray?
He's also a Ray.
Okay.
Like,
Crazy.
I hate that's a thing.
The only video I've seen on this entire thing was a video compilation of Bryce Harper.
Oh,
and it was like Bryce Harper when but it was like when Bryce Harper gets drilled in the thumb, and it was by Snell last year. He's like, "No, it's good, man. Don't worry about it. Yeah, no, it's fine."
I'm just
but
mad.
Then it's like when Bryce Harper sees one of the homies get hit, and he's fucking barreling from the bench and there and here and there, and he's just like, dude, all ready to go when someone else gets hit.
In this video, he's barreling from second base.
Oh yeah. Nah, he's ready to go when somebody else gets hit, but hey, you can hit him. It's fine.
Didn't he straight up say, yeah, he had his back to me or I would have gone him? Because that's like pussy shit or something.
Because he literally, the only thing that stopped Bryce Harper from Superman punching Uceta was the fact that he saw numbers on the back.
Yeah. Should have thrown his helmet.
I think it was Braden said he should have just walked up, tapped him on the back, turned around, ball.
Like,
Bryce is a guy you want on your team.
Yeah,
that's what I've taken.
Philly's gonna be fun. Like,
sure.
Do we remember what was Buddy in the YouTube comments name again?
Wyatt
Gelowitz.
Okay, Wyatt. If you're listening to this episode, can you tell us how long Connor had to keep it in his hair, please?
I don't think we said a time.
We did. I remember.
I swear we said you had to keep it, but I can't remember how long it was.
It was for at least a week.
It was at least a week, which is a recording.
I think so.
So
where are you gonna shave it in your head? The back?
I feel like it'd have to.
Right here.
You can do it. That's what I was thinking. You can do it right across the top.
The top.
Okay.
No, here. I'll give you a cop out.
It goes
if
around.
You do it right across the top for the next episode. You can shave it off right after the episode, rather than
you can shave it off during the episode.
Sure.
I'm not trying to cut my hair, man.
You're just gonna leave White Sox written in the back of it.
I go to a barber for this shit, man. God damn it.
Oh well.
My barber's never gonna hear this, but Nico, I apologize for the next time I do it. Like,
in fairness, Nate and I also had a bet on Barrios and Kikuchi, but I think it's gonna void.
No, it doesn't void.
No, I think it's gonna void because I don't think either of them are gonna get Cy Young votes.
It doesn't void because they're both in the AL still.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. They're not gonna get Cy Young votes. And that was the whole thing.
We said who would have a better statistical seat or get higher.
It was who would have more, who would be higher in the Cy Young voting.
And
if neither of them get Cy Young votes, it doesn't matter.
No, okay, but it does if one. No, it was Cy Young votes because and the only two cop outs are like things that would null it are if one of them moved to the NL or one of them got like Tommy John or injured.
Yeah, because at the time we didn't think either of them would fall out of the Cy Young race. Now they both are not going to be in it.
Dude,
maybe Barrios.
I'm saying this right
now.
Maybe
Kikuchi.
I'm saying this right now. If one of those guys gets like a ninth place vote,
end up with anything.
If one of them gets like a ninth place or 10th place vote,
then it matters. Yeah, but I'm just saying there's a strong chance that neither of them end up on that list.
So Wyatt, if you're still here, remember
end
that.
Up coming up with something. We'll figure it out.
All right. Well, that's all we got today.
Yeah, thank you for listening. We'll catch you next time.
Brant, we can make this a 30-minute episode, Brant's words.
Yeah, I gotta stop saying that. It never goes that way.
Dude, I remember I'm ending. This is the last thing we're saying. Did Nate keep the thought?
No. Okay, well, I'm going before you then because Nick Castellanos, back to that. Biggest set of balls on a motherfucker ever.
He had a home run the next day.
Nuke, first at bat next day.
Well, yeah, that was easy. But like the amount of times that Brant just needs to stop talking because the amount of every time it's like, hey, we can turn this episode into 45 minutes or 30 minutes. It immediately becomes at least an hour or an hour and a half.
Brant, you need to talk less from the guy rambling.
I don't think I said much this episode. I gotta be honest.
Hey man,
I was pretty quiet this one.
I'm saying he's rambling at the end of the episode.
Yeah, no, we could have been done. Yeah, thanks for listening. There you go. Fuck the Miami Dolphins. This stupid sport. We will catch you next week. Cheers.